In my last video, I talked about a passage in the Book of the Hopi by Frank Waters that described how when the clans started not getting along, started bickering with each other, creating dissension, it stopped raining and snowing. And I think if you're looking at mainstream science or just reading what's been out there for decades, that seems a little bit fantastical, maybe even religious. But from my point of view, there's nothing fantastical or religious about it. Back in 2013, I ran across the work of several electrical engineers, one of which was Dan Winter, and another guy, Ken Wheeler. And from their work, I began to understand the universe and the world differently than I had before. Now, I'm always a little nervous about describing the work of scientists because I'm not a scientist, but here's how I understand Dan Winter's work. When transverse waves, light waves, and longitudinal waves, those are sound waves, come together constructively, in other words, they meet head on perfectly, when they cascade into each other perfectly, they create a stable, compressed center. And instead of the energy dissipating like it would normally, the dissipation that might normally occur is reversed and localized into a coherent field or pattern. Sometimes this is referred to as a fractal field. Phase conjugation. This is the action that forms the hydrogen bond, the bond that holds DNA strands together. This is how DNA is created. And Dan Winter explains the formation of stars in the same way, that self-organizing process of energy and charge compression. So where do humans come in? Well, coherent heart rhythms generate fractal electromagnetic fields. When the heart synchronizes with the brain, a coherent signal is created that can connect with greater fields of consciousness. Now, conventional science tells us that oxygen is released from stars through nuclear fusion. But Dan Winter's explanation makes a little more sense. The implosion of stars would release the oxygen required for water. Self-similar waves coming together in a harmonizing way, a harmonic way that facilitates creation. And we participate by directing that electromagnetic energy. And according to an increasing number of electrophysicists, this is the unifying principle behind all of life, all of consciousness, all of gravity, all of creation, all of rain. This is Cindy K. Courier reporting for Valley Life News.